Hello, everybody. It is predictions time. We are into March now. So that means it is time for our first Oscars winner predictions. Like, we had everything ranked before, so like we were saying like who we thought was going to win all throughout the season, in every category, but it was mainly focused on who is actually going to get in. We now have our nominations. So
Yes.
we're still gonna rank everything in its possibility now of winning. This is gonna be fun. I'm excited for this. Um, yeah. Let's just jump straight in. You know who we are
Okay.
probably. Trevor,
Yeah.
Thomas, my
Probably
name's
by
on the
now.
screen.
By now. Yeah.
Um, so let's get into best picture. I will count down my top 10. I have number 10,
Okay.
Nightmare Alley. Number 9, Don't Look Up. Number 8, Drive My Car. Number 7, West Side Story. Number 6, Dune. Number 5, Belfast. 4, Licorice Pizza. 3, King Richard. 2, Coda. 1, Power of the Dog.
Okay. So we've got a couple differences here. One glaring
Okay.
difference. So number 10, I've got Nightmare Alley. Same.
Yep.
Number 9, I put Licorice Pizza. So
Okay.
massive disparity there. 8, Drive My Car. 7, Don't Look Up. 6, June. 5, West Side Story. 4 is Belfast. 3, King Richard. 2, Coda. And then number 1, Power of the Dog.
Yes, obviously. So we've each moved Coda all the way up to number 2, even
Yeah.
with King Richard
It's
editing.
number
So
2.
did you have King Richard at number 3?
Yes, King Richard number
Okay,
3.
yeah, because King Richard with the editing nom is huge. Because if you look at like after that, like I have Licorice Pizza next, because I mean, with director and screenplay, I mean, maybe it's like I really don't see anything winning outside of Power of the Dog and Coda. Like Dune would
No.
be number 2 right now if it got a director nom.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Because they have all the tech categories. Equally,
Yeah,
that could be an argument against it. You know, they're giving them all the tech awards.
yeah,
Above the line, maybe not so much. We'll let the other films have a shot there. But
but
yeah, I didn't put Licorice Pizza that high just because I don't see a world in which it wins. I just do not envision a film like Licorice Pizza winning Best Picture.
yeah, that's fair. It's so hard to really rank them, I think, after Power of the Dog, Coda, and King Richard, because like Belfast doesn't have cinematography or editing.
No.
So it's like, I mean, Drive My Car doesn't, West Side Story missed editing. Like editing's really big. I mean, you have Don't Look Up there, but then Don't Look Up didn't get director. It got editing and
No.
screenplay, plus no
I
acting
do
nom.
have it higher though. I do have like
Yeah.
it's a bit weird to have a film that had screenplay and editing above a film that has screenplay and director, but equally, I just see, as we've mentioned before, Don't Look Up had a lot more of a cultural impact than a film like
Yeah.
Licorice Pizza had. It's been a lot more talked about. Therefore, it will obviously have more momentum going into the actual Oscars than a film like Licorice Pizza.
Yeah. So, I mean, the real conversation here is, can Power of the Dog lose? And like, since I think we made our video, can the Power of the Dog lose? Um,
Hmm.
Coda has one ensemble, which we talked about in that video. It needs ensemble. The next things we talked about were PGA and WGA. WGA looks likely enough at this point. Lost Daughter really being its other main contender, and then PGA. I mean, I think we should all be predicting Power of the Dog, but who knows?
Yeah.
If Coda can upset there, it's it's so hard to go against the Power of the Dog at this point. It really is.
Yeah, it's Coda is going to have to win. Like the Power of a Dog is probably not gonna. It's not gonna lose much momentum before the Oscars. So it will be up to Coda to win WGA and PGA. If it can win, it needs to win both. Really, it really does need to win both, and
It needs to
it
win
could
both,
come
and I
down
still
to
might predict Power of the Dog.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
It could come down to a situation where we see the Lost Daughter being one of the most important parts of this. Because if the Lost Daughter wins a WGA, you
it's
know,
done. Coda's done.
it's done for Coda. It's done for
Yeah,
Coda.
because Coda to win Best Picture at the Oscars needs to have a Coatsar win, and it needs to upset Power of the Dog in adapted screenplay.
Yeah,
And to get that momentum for adapted screenplay, it first needs to win WGA. So The
Yeah.
Lost Daughter is pretty important at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really looking forward to WGA to see if Coda can indeed pull that off. So, but Power of the Dog for both of us right now.
Yeah.
Best Director. I'll just say the winner first. It's Jane Campion.
Yeah.
Um, and then 2 through 5 is Steven Spielberg, Kenneth Branagh, Paul Thomas Anderson, and then Hamaguchi in last because they probably won't give it to a foreign director.
Yeah. I mean, we just switched around Branagh and Spielberg, but elsewhere we've got, the same five. I mean,
Yeah.
again, it's difficult to rank in a category like this, which does have, like, Best Picture is a more open than this category. This category is pretty much done at this point.
No,
Unless, like, there is a major upset DGA,
DGA.
Jane
Yeah.
Campion is going to win this award.
Or I
And
mean,
deservedly
or
so.
Critics' Choice. Like, how shocking would it be if like Critics' Choice didn't go to Campion?
Yeah.
Like,
I even think if Critics' Choice don't go Campion, I'd still be betting her for the Oscars. I think it's
yeah,
DGA is the one. DGA is the
yeah.
one. If
DGA
he
is the
gets
biggest
upset there.
correlator, I think.
Yeah.
So, like, it's Campion. It's Campion. Campion could lose every single other award for the rest of the year, and I would still predict Campion.
Yeah.
It's not a Chloe Zhao level sweep so far, but it's pretty close.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's pretty close. Denis Villeneuve was her biggest contender, and he was snubbed. So
Yeah.
once again, this is the category where Dune would be number 2 if it actually got the director nod.
Yeah.
But as of now, yeah, I think Spielberg and Branagh are the top 2 just because those are movies that actually did get text. I just put Spielberg slightly above because it got cinematography.
Yeah. Whether I
Um,
put Branagh slightly above just because the narrative is better and I feel he
yeah,
is more likely to win than like then they're probably not gonna give it to Spielberg again, let's be honest.
yeah, yeah. And then PTA and Hamaguchi is just it's not happening at all.
No.
I mean, nobody's happening except Campion. This Campion's award to win.
Yeah.
I won't even say to lose because she's not going to lose.
No.
Best actor, Benny Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with it. Still going with it. I presume you're going Will Smith?
Of course, yes.
Yep. All right. And the rest of my order, I think, will be the same for us, except just Will Smith and Cumberbatch swapped. I have Will Smith, Garfield, Denzel, and then Bardem, which I presume is
Yeah.
the same for you.
Yeah.
Except,
Same.
yeah, except Cumberbatch. Yeah. Um, Listen, I mean, we've talked about Benedict Cumberbatch versus Will Smith plenty on the channel, on Oscar Buzz, and you can find this on our most recent SAG breakdown video. Like we've talked about this a lot. I'm dying on the Cumberbatch hill. I don't care. Will I be wrong? Quite possibly, but like we'll see what happens at Critics' Choice and BAFTA. For now, I'm just gonna die on this hill, and that's
Okay.
I Will Smith he has Golden Globe and SAG. He's strong right now. Cumberbatch needs to flip around the momentum, hoping he can do that on March 13th. But we'll see what happens. I don't really think there's much that we can say on this category that hasn't already been said.
No,
by us.
exactly. Yeah. I mean, there are reasons you could argue Cumberbatch, historically BAFTA, very good predictor, but
Yeah,
equally,
that's my
the
argument.
momentum is with Smith. The momentum is with Smith, and nobody can deny that.
Okay, I mean the momentum was with Chadwick Boseman.
The momentum was with Chadwick Boseman. That was an upset, though. That was a major. We can't bank on upsets.
Thomas, all of the upsets though in acting have come from BAFTA. Every
We
single
we
major
can't
upset.
bank on upsets, though. We
Every
can't.
single major. I'm predicting an upset though. I'm
Okay.
not just gonna
Okay.
predict the front runner. I'm predicting an upset to happen. I think that you
I'm
win
safe
BAFTA.
predicting. I'm
That
safe predicting.
precludes an Oscars upset. So you're going with the safe pick. I'm going out there.
I am. I am. I'm going with the more correct pick. Let's say
The standard pick.
the
I
standard
mean,
pick. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
if I was predicting Hopkins like this last year, and I probably would have, um, that you'd be saying the same thing, and you would have been wrong. So,
Well. Well. Yeah. Maybe. Maybe. This year I'm
um,
right though. This year I'm right. I'm right. I have faith.
all right, going into Best Actress, I will be predicting SAG winner Jessica Chastain.
I'll be predicting Critics' Choice winner. Touch wood. Hopefully. Kristen Stewart.
All right, the rest of my
Maybe if I
rankings.
say that, it just comes true, you know?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, pretty
Um,
sure.
the rest of my rankings go Kristen Stewart, Nicole Kidman, Olivia Colman, Penelope Cruz. Are yours?
Yep, so we got, again, the same order, basically the same as the acting category. So,
Yeah.
Kristen Stewart 1, Chastain 2, and then Kidman, Coleman, Cruz to round
Yep.
out the 5.
Yeah. I would love for Kristen Stewart to win. I mean, I want that to happen. I just need to see her win Critics' Choice first. Um,
Yeah.
this isn't a hill I'm prepared to die on like Benedict Cumberbatch. Um, because I need to see it happen first because I think that she isn't a lock for Critics' Choice. Is Cumberbatch a lock for Critics' Choice? No, he isn't. But we can move on. That's an irrational pick. I'm picking an upset. Kristen Stewart. I'll actually apply logic to this category. Kristen
Okay.
Stewart is
And I
isn't
won't apply logic. There we go. We can do a switch.
Kristen Stewart isn't a lock for Critics' Choice. I mean, she won all the Critics Awards, but that doesn't entirely matter with Critics' Choice. So Chastain has the most momentum right now. I think that she's the strongest right now pretty easily after the SAG win. So if Critics' Choice just kind of rides off of that, um, then I think it's in. The interesting thing is I don't know when Critics' Choice voting ended because that was the awards were supposed to happen in January.
Yeah.
So
Back when the momentum was with who?
Kidman.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay. Well, okay, let's ignore the momentum being with Kidman.
oh, you wanted me to say Stewart? No, it was with Kidman. She just won the Golden Globe. What are you talking
Okay.
about?
Okay. Yeah. Was the SAG miss? Did that happen by that point, or was that later?
I think that was after. Well, SAG voting had already ended, but the nomination didn't happen.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but
Yeah.
that also depends on when Critics' Choice voting ended. I'm not entirely sure when the cutoff date was. Um,
I
the new
mean,
cutoff
yeah.
date,
I
or
said it once. I said it once. I said it again. SAG was a blip. SAG was a meaningless blip in Stewart's rise to this award. BAFTA, she was never going to get BAFTA. It's a
Thomas,
pretty negative portrayal of a royal
Thomas,
family member. Not going to get in. Yes.
Thomas. An actress
Yes.
has never won the Oscar and missed a SAG nomination.
And trends are made to be broken. So Stewart
this
would.
30
No.
year this 30-year trend
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
is
it
going to
had
be
to happen at some point.
broken
Why
by
not happen
somebody
as one
who
of the best
missed the
performances of.
top two precursors, BAFTA and SAG. Like I understand she was never going to get into BAFTA, but BAFTA and SAG are the biggest two. Like
Best performance of the decade. One of the best performances of the decade. Come
the
on now.
2-year-old decade. The
Yes,
two.
it's a 2 year decade. Still, point
Once
still
again,
stands.
I agree with everything you say. I think that she is up there for one of the best performances of the decade. I want
So
her to
far.
win. It's just
Yeah.
all of the stats point against her winning.
Who is passionate about Chastain winning though? Like more people. There is more. There feels like there's more passion behind this Stewart. The narrative behind Stewart. Nobody really cares about The Eyes of Tammy Faye. It famously flopped at the box
Except for
office.
everybody who voted for her to win SAG. Like
Yeah, but
she just won SAG,
um,
which now that BAFTA is irrelevant, is the biggest predictor. They won 80% over the past 10 years. Like only second to BAFTA, who has went 90%.
the last major award show that matters because BAFTA doesn't matter at this point. Going into the Oscars for acting is Critics' Choice, and if Kristen Stewart wins a Critics' Choice, she
Mhm.
has the momentum going into the Oscars.
Right. I mean, so it's funny because we're making opposite arguments because you're saying, if Kristen Stewart wins Critics' Choice, then she can win. And I'm saying if Cumberbatch can win Critics' Choice and BAFTA, then he will win the Oscar. So
Yeah,
it's, we're hinging on ifs.
yeah,
But
yeah. If
that's
Kristen
that's
Stewart
how
doesn't
we're
win
looking at it.
Critics' Choice, that's a different story. But
Yeah.
equally,
I
if
just
Kidman wins
hope it
Critics'
doesn't
Choice,
win.
I don't want to be predicting Kidman,
Thomas,
so I might
imagine,
still
imagine,
be predicting.
imagine if like Coleman wins Critics' Choice. What happens then? What happens then?
What happens then? I might have to predict Coleman then.
Really?
Yeah, I'd have to use the same logic as she would be the one. Like who else? Like, I just
Chastain.
don't.
Just Chastain.
This is going to be
Why are
taken.
you?
Yeah,
She's
this is going to
never
be.
won an Oscar. She has a narrative. She's overdue.
I don't think I predict Coleman actually. That is me being fanciful there. I wouldn't predict Coleman. Uh, I might predict Kidman just to spite you. You know, might have to do that.
I do love how we both placed Kidman at 3 just because we don't like
Yeah,
she might just be in the top
we don't
2.
want to do. Yeah,
But I don't want to touch Kidman. I don't want to tap. There was a painful month where I had to put Kidman at number 1. And now I don't have to anymore because Chastain won. So
Hmm.
it's Chastain
Yeah.
now.
I like how
Like
you dropped her to number 3 though, even though probably slightly more evidence in favour of Kidman than over Stewart, to be honest.
you're the one with Stewart at number 1, so
Well, yeah, you know. There we go.
All right, into supporting actor. Well, I did it. I put Troy Kotsur at number 1.
Same here. Same here.
Yeah, no, we really screwed up SAG. We did
Yeah, we
terrible at
did.
SAG.
Yeah.
So
I
I'll just
terrible at
write the
SAG.
Troy Kotsur train now.
2 out of 6. Shocking.
I went 3 out of 6 because I predicted Chastain. Oh, and guess what, Thomas? I was right because I predicted Chastain.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
but no, I'm all on the Troy Kotsur train right now. Cody's still obviously into number 2. Then I have Hines, Clemens, then Simmons.
Okay, I put Hines, Simmons, then Plemons. I mean, it doesn't
Okay,
really matter. It's
not that
between
that matters.
Smith
Yeah,
McPhee and Cotter. No,
yeah,
exactly. Like, oh, who's going to win, Plemons or Simmons? It's going to be neither of them. Let's be honest.
yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, now that he has SAG is much bigger than the Golden Globe.
Yep.
And I see Coates winning at least one of Critics' Choice and BAFTA.
Yeah, and
So
we've mentioned this before, all in the SAG breakdown, which you can check out. See, oh, little plug there. But yeah, narrative. If you are looking at it solely through narrative, Kotzer will obviously win this award. I mean, his narrative is so much better. And yeah, you could make the argument, Paul Racy's narrative was better last year against Kaluuya. Kaluuya was sweeping. There was no shot he was going to lose. Cody has not been sweeping in a way he maybe needed to be at this point for such a, I don't want to say divisive, but, you know, it was not universally loved, that
understated.
performance. Understated.
It's
Yeah, we'll go with that.
understated.
Like,
He doesn't have a
it doesn't
crying scene. He
necessarily
doesn't have a
feel
drinking scene.
like,
Right.
no, it doesn't feel like maybe the type of performance that would win Oscars, which is why we were confused at the beginning of the year when he won stuff like Golden Globes. Like, he should not have been winning Golden Globes. So there is still a lingering thought in the back of my mind that he won Golden Globe. How the hell did he win Golden Globe? He probably, therefore, still has a very good shot at Oscars to win. So this race is very, very close, I do think, still. Like, even though Cox won SAG, it's still a very close ball game. But I'd give Costa the edge at this
Oh,
point.
yeah.
Momentum is entirely in his favour.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think that this is the closest acting race. Probably.
Actress, I'd say, is more wide
I think
open.
actress is more wide open, but as far as like
It's,
the
yeah,
closest,
actually, yeah. As far as the closest
like
1 and 2, I mean, actually,
yeah,
3 out of 4 of the acting categories are close. Like, actor, whilst I would still say Smith
yeah,
has a fair advantage over Cumberbatch, is still close. Like,
yeah.
the only acting category we know is supporting actress.
I think that's the only one where we'll have a sweep. I mean,
Yeah,
2 of them, supporting actor and actress, we know definitely won't have a sweep. And I think Cumberbatch
yeah.
is. I mean, he's winning BAFTA. Everybody. I don't. At a
No,
minimum,
yeah.
even if
He's
he
winning
doesn't win
BAFTA.
Critics' Choice, Cumberbatch is winning BAFTA. So, which is fun to have 3 categories where we don't get a sweep.
Yeah.
I mean, we had that last year. It was just supporting actor was the sweep. So it's fun. It's fun. And it's kind of weird how they could potentially mirror each other. Actress, different winner at every ceremony. Actor, somebody could win 3 of the first ones. Somebody wins BAFTA, and then supporting actress. somebody wins Golden Globe, and then there's a takeover at SAG, Unijun Kotzer.
Yeah.
And then it's just the supporting categories have swapped. So it's really weird how
Yeah.
this is potentially just mirroring last year and then a sweep in the other
And
supporting.
yeah, and you could even add picture and director into that of one film dominating there. You know,
Yeah.
Zhao, Nomadland, Campion, Power of a Dog. Yeah,
Yeah.
history is, and even to add on top of that, Coda could upset in adapted
The Father.
screenplay.
The Father.
Yeah, The Father.
Over the movie that's dominating picture and director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many parallels. Just all of them. All the parallels.
Yeah. Original screenplay, Trial of the Chicago 7, Belfast. It drops off, potentially wins no Oscars after some pretty big snubs. And then something else jumps up like Promising Young Woman. Licorice Pizza.
Maybe.
This might just be last year. But yeah, I'm going to Troy Kotsur right now. It makes the most sense. He makes the most sense. But don't write Cody off. I do think that they'll split, and this will be the only one where we'll have like a 2 and 2. Unless it's Cumberbatch takes both Critics' Choice and BAFTA. But this is definitely more likely for a 2 and 2. Probably Kotsur, Critics' Choice, Cody, BAFTA.
Yeah. I mean,
I think at this point.
I don't know, to be honest. Like they're quite similar in a way, like these two, the Critics' Choice and BAFTA. So like, I could see Cody winning at either of them, like at both of them, even. So I don't know.
I could also see Kotsur winning
As I
both.
said,
So
I couldn't see Coates winning both. I can't see Coates winning both here. I do think Cody won at least one, and that is maybe. It's close. It's close. That's
really
what we'll
close.
end with. This
is a really close category. One that's not close. Supporting actors. Ariana DeBose. Moving on.
Oh,
Yeah, no, this is Ariana DeBose West Side Story. I'm curious to see what we've done with the rest of it. I went Dunst, Ellis, Buckley, Dench.
Okay, I've switched Buckley, Ellis. So
okay.
Wait, hang on. No, you read them backwards. Sorry, I was reading them forwards. Right. No, so 5 Dench, 4 Buckley, 3 Ellis, 2 Dunst. Is that what you got?
Yeah, we have the same. Yes.
Okay, you threw me off by reading them backwards.
Oh, 2 through 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so we have the exact same supporting actors. Ariana DeBose is sweeping. She is Daniel Kaluuya last year. It's going to be a win, and I cannot wait to see her win an Oscar. Because that's just I love that she's winning an Oscar. That's really cool. I think very, very well deserved. Best original screenplay. I love how like on the timestamp, supporting actor will be like 10 minutes long, and supporting actors will be maybe less than a minute.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. There's not much to talk about though. So
no. Best original screenplay. I am predicting Licorice Pizza.
Same here.
This category is a mess, though. I don't know what's going to win. I
know one's not going to win, and it could be any of the other 4 though. That is a problem.
So the rest of my list, I have Belfast at 2, then Don't Look Up, then The Worst Person in the World, then King Richard.
Wow, King Richard 5.
Yeah, it's not going to win for screenplay. No, it's not happening.
Nah, it's not going to win. I put it over Worst Person in the World though.
Okay, The Worst Person in the World. It's insane how many people are like how much industry support. Like this is PTA's favorite movie of the year. This is who else? This is Dakota Johnson's favorite movie of the year. This is like they Neon made like a list, and it's like half of like the most recognizable names from Hollywood has The Worst Person in the World as like their favorite movie of the year. The industry is gushing over this movie. If they released this movie like end of December, this would have gotten the Best Picture nomination. I guarantee it. And Renato would have been in.
Yeah, you say it's called this industry support. It ain't winning foreign language feature. So
yeah, I mean, Drive My Car has more, but like adapted is also a stronger category than original, because I could make very strong arguments against every single film in this category, and the only one that I can make against Worst Person in the World is that it's a foreign film.
Which is a fairly decent argument.
It's a fairly decent argument.
that is one of the strongest arguments you can give against the movie. Like
But like Belfast,
deserving, no, like it doesn't deserve to be less recognized because of it's a
yeah,
foreign film, but equally it will be because that's how the Oscars
like
works. It's an
it,
American institution.
could this be a bit of wish dictating? Maybe. I mean, because this is my favorite original screenplay of the year. But like, I think I mean Belfast was severely undernominated. Severely, this is losing a lot of industry support. Licorice Pizza, well, there's the narrative for PTA. It PTA was defending a lot of the racist parts of
Yeah,
that, very actively defending a lot of the racist parts of that. Um, and that, it's not a great look. And that's
no,
something that can lose you an Oscar.
it
so,
is.
so,
But in which
I
case,
mean,
I don't think it's worst person in the world that picks up the reins.
Don't Look
I
Up.
do think it will be
I have Don't
Belfast.
Look Up at number three. And
Okay,
that,
yeah,
Don't Look Up
um,
can, like, I mean, I just don't think anybody cares about the King Richard screenplay that has absolutely no passion at all.
no,
It,
there is no passion behind
there's
it,
far much
but
more passion behind Worst Person in the World. But Don't Look Up, people didn't really like that movie, the general public. Or not the general
no,
public, like critics didn't like that movie. The general public loved it, and the industry
well,
loved it.
yeah,
Like, I mean, and like very respected people, like Barry Jenkins, for instance, previous original screenplay nominee, loves Don't Look Up. Like a lot of very well respected people within the industry really, really like Don't Look Up.
yeah,
It's an industry favorite, even if it isn't a critic's favorite. So it obviously has the critics like and all the controversy and polarity of the film pushing against it. I wouldn't be shocked if this pulled off the upset. Like,
See, the thing is, I don't really see an upset happening in this category. I think as Licorice Pizza is to lose it, it will fall to something more, it will fall to like Belfast by default. And I do think it may be underwhelming for viewers to see, oh, Belfast won. Okay, that's it is what it is. But if Licorice Pizza is default, I do think it'll be Belfast that because like the only real thing against that screenplay is that it's losing momentum. But equally the narrative is still there. If you're not going to give Branagh director, give him screenplay. If you're not going to give Belfast picture, give it screenplay.
okay, but like the same argument could have been made for Trial to Chicago 7, and that turned out it was just losing steam.
Yes, yeah, that is true. But Trial of Chicago 7 was still number 2 behind Promising Young Woman. Promising Young Woman was never going to fall off really. As soon as it started gaining momentum, it never lost that momentum. There was no
I just
racist parts of that people were defending. Licorice Pizza does feel like it's dropping in a way Promising Young Woman was never going to.
I think Licorice Pizza is ahead right now, but I don't think this category has a front runner. If that makes sense. Like I don't think
Okay,
that there's a
I'd say Licorice Pizza, as you said, it's a slight
yeah.
lead. It's got a slight lead, but that
Like
is easy to fall off. And I think if it does fall off, Belfast will be right there, and it will just go to Belfast by default.
I mean I don't think Worst Person in the World or King Richard are winning.
No,
Like
nor do I really think Don't Look Up wins. I just don't see Don't Look Up
Don't Look Up
winning.
is going to surprise some people. Like I legitimately would not be surprised if Don't Look Up wins. I still have it at number
Too
3.
polarizing.
I'm not
It's
predicting not amongst the industry. Not amongst the industry. Like
no,
I don't know.
I don't buy it winning. I don't buy it winning.
I, like with Belfast ineligible, imagine if Don't Look Up wins WGA. I think that is a very, very, very real possibility. Like
Mm,
WGA is nominated Adam McKay for his 2 previous Oscars contending films, Vice and The Big Short. He hasn't won yet. He is overdue at WGA. Could they want to contribute to the PTA thing? To that, like maybe, but I don't know. I I could see Don't Look Up upsetting. I'm still predicting Licorice Pizza. I still think it is the number 1. I just wouldn't be surprised if you end up with a Don't Look Up Oscar win in original screenplay.
I would be surprised. I would be surprised with that. I wouldn't be like shocked. I wouldn't say it's the biggest upset like of the year. Like I wouldn't be shocked completely by it, but I would be surprised. I would be very surprised if Don't Look Up was to be the eventual winner of this category. As I said, Licorice Pizza, the slight front runner at the minute. If that drops any momentum, Belfast will stay strong.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think this is a 3-horse race, and I think that you think this is a 2-horse race.
Yes, that does seem to be where the sort of disagreement is coming from. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Adapted screenplay. This is The Power of the Dog until further notice.
Yeah, I'm not willing to predict the upset yet. There's a very strong chance by the time the Oscars run around, I will be predicting an upset. But right now, there's no point doing that. Like,
Yep.
wait until WGA. Hold off for a bit before you start predicting Coda, or even the Lost Daughter, which still has a shot. Like, it's a minimal
No,
shot.
it doesn't
This
because it didn't get a picture nom. It's not a
That is true,
screenplay.
actually. It doesn't really have a shot. Um, no, it's Power of the Dog, and then if Coda wins WGA, sure. Like, do what
It's
you
like
like with that.
it's like Power of the Dog, and then like Coda, and then if Coda
Yeah.
wins WGA, then it's like maybe Coda moves up to here. If Coda wins WGA, I still don't think it's above Power of the
No, I'd
Dog.
still say it's an upset, but especially since
It gets closer.
I do often get behind the idea of we give one film picture and we give another film screenplay. They'd like to share the love. That is the thing we've seen them do in the past. We saw them do it last year with The Father and Nomadland.
Yep.
They like The Father. They weren't going to give it a picture, but we'll give it the screenplay win. That could be an argument that happens.
No, 100%. Especially if Campion's a lock to win director, just like
Yeah,
Zhao is a lock to win director. So
are they going to give that two? Maybe, maybe not, maybe not.
I especially with all the Coda love going around now in the Sega Ensemble win, if it wins WGA and Coda, here's the more important part: if it continues to build momentum,
Yeah,
then I think that Coda could upset in this category. The rest of it, I
yeah.
have The Lost Daughter, Dune, Drive My Car, but it doesn't really matter past Power of the Dog and Coda.
Yeah, I put June slightly below Drive My Car, but equally. I mean, yeah, as you said,
It doesn't
it's
entirely.
Power of the Dog and Coda.
Yep, 100%. And like we said, Power of the Dog is very high, and then Coda's like down here.
Yeah.
For now.
I'd still give Lost Daughter a 0.5% chance of winning. I'd still
I would not.
Okay. Whereas I give June and Drive My Car 0% chance of winning. I'd be very, very shocked.
Yeah.
But
let's talk about score.
Score. Okay.
Thomas, what are you predicting in this category? I am predicting Dune.
Yep. Same. June
Okay.
and then Power of the Dog. And then it's a toss up between like the last two. Like no, Power of the Mothers is last, but then I put in Canto third, and then I put Don't Look Up. But equally,
Same.
could go either way.
Yeah. I don't see either of those two winning. It's Dune versus Power of the Dog. We talked about this.
Yep.
Johnny Greenwood could upset.
He could.
It's a possibility. I think it's closer than people think. I'm still going with Dune, but this is a close category. We'll see if Johnny Greenwood can continue to build momentum.
Yeah, I think this is one of the closer ones between, because in a lot of the tech categories we are seeing it become a competition between Power of the Dog versus June, who will take it.
Yep.
And I think this is one of the closer ones. This is one of the closer ones. I do have Power of the Dog upsetting in one of the tech categories later, which we'll get to. But this is definitely one where I wouldn't be that shocked to see the upset, because it's just about how much attention are they paying to voting. Like, a tactical voter would say, we really like the Spencer score. We really like the Power of the Dog score. Those are two of our favourite scores of the year. We'll go Johnny Greenwood. A less tactical voter would just say, we like the June score. We'll go with Han Solo.
And maybe potentially we see all the people who love the Spencer score just switch over to Johnny Greenwood. But
exactly.
I really don't know. I think that I'm going with Dune right now just because that's where all the momentum's at. Like, we'll see what critics have to do.
Yeah.
So, be interesting, but going with Dune for now.
Yeah.
Song. There's just no time to die. It's no time to die.
Is that how the song goes? I don't remember it going like that.
It's there was an attempt made,
Yeah,
um,
yeah.
and it was a bad attempt. Now it's your turn to sing Dos Oruguitas.
I would, but I don't remember that song because that is not the memorable song in that film.
It is not. No,
It is not, but it is still number two easily. Like "Be Alive" is another song. I wouldn't tell you how to sing that because I don't remember that being a part of the movie. Down to Joy
I quite like
again.
that song.
Somehow you do. Haven't even seen the movie. Don't plan on
Yeah,
by the time the Oscars roll
Down
around.
to Joy. I don't remember
Um,
being in the film.
yeah. So there you go. Like this is not a brilliant batch of songs actually. In all honesty, this is not like
Would have loved Just Look Up to be here. Would have loved So May We
yeah,
Start to be
exactly.
here. Beyond the Shore from
Yeah,
Coda.
even so
But
maybe start. Annette didn't like Annette, but so maybe start was a banging tune to be fair. To be fair,
this is a great song. So May
so
We Start.
but yeah,
I think
yeah,
what we have to do is I need to do a bad rendition of every single one of the song nominees before the Oscars.
yeah. I'll leave that one up to you. I'll let that one.
I think
I'll
I
let you
think
take
that's
the reins
something
on
that I
that
need
one.
to do. I think
Yeah, so,
well,
yeah,
I feel like I need to create like some sort of incentive for people if they want that. But I'd definitely be down for singing songs very badly because I can't sing. Um, it's made evident.
have you
But yeah,
noticed?
no, No Time to Die is great. No Time to Die
Yeah,
is
no
great.
time to die
It,
is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
it's
mean, it
just
should. I mean, we've mentioned like the possibility of an Encanto upset, and we've mentioned all the reasons why. I don't. There's probably a video somewhere on the channel of us debating that.
yeah,
But
there is,
equally, No
yes.
Time to Die is still, yeah, okay. But even so, No Time to Die still a fairly solid front runner.
Yep, 100%, 100%. Um, okay, let's talk about animated feature. It is
Okay,
Encanto, sadly
it
for
is
me.
Encanto.
Um, Pulling for a Mitchell's or Flea upset. I have Mitchell's at 2, Flea
Yeah,
3, Luca 4, Raya 5. But
that is the
like
same order. Yeah,
Encanto just has
yeah.
so much momentum right now.
Which is a shame. I really enjoyed the days when we were discussing Mitchell's versus Machines as the potential number one, but here we
Yep.
are, back to Encanto. You know, I predicted it way back in September. I think I've gone through like three of these I predicted at one point. I may have even predicted Flea at some point. I'm not too sure, but I definitely went Encanto, then Luca, then Encanto, then Mitchell's, then back to Encanto. So, you know,
Yeah.
it's a circle. It always goes back to Encanto, and Encanto will end up winning this award come Oscars night. There's very little doubt
Unless
in my mind at this point.
Mitchell's can win Critics' Choice.
It can, it can. But equally, when was Mitchell's released? Like March, May? That's
Yeah,
quite a long
April.
difference between them, but
April
April.
30th,
There
I
we
think.
go. Yeah, in the middle of what I said. Encanto was released in November. Encanto's got the momentum.
Yeah.
Like, even if Mitchell's is to win Critics' Choice, I'd still be backing Encanto come Oscar night.
Yeah, and like PGA, I think probably goes Encanto. It's really hard to bet against Encanto, especially
Yeah,
with the song and score nominations.
exactly.
The
Like
potential
aside
upset
from
is enormous.
Flea, which is a bit of an anomaly, Encanto's the only one that has nominations elsewhere, which is a big deal for animated feature.
Yeah, I mean, and again, people are discounting that Flea does also have 2 other nominations, similar to Encanto, but I think yeah, it's just there's so much love for Encanto right now. It just makes
Yeah.
the most sense.
Equally, getting like nominations in international and documentary, they're a different can of worms than getting nominations in
Yeah,
score and song because that's like
very different
breaking
voting
in.
bodies too.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. Okay, best international feature. Could there be an easy air category to predict? Drive My Car got a Best Picture nomination
Yep.
and the Best Director nomination. It's going to Drive My Car. Do we even need to
Yeah.
see? I mean, I'm going to put our order up on screen for all these. Do we even need to say the other? It's like,
I
I
mean,
mean, I think
yeah,
Worst Person in the World is obviously 2.
yeah.
But then Flea 3, and then yeah, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't matter. I put
You can
Hand of God above Flea. I don't really care because
no,
you know.
excuse me, what?
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. It does
Wait,
not matter.
okay.
Flea is
Document.
not winning this category. Hand of God is not winning this category. Also, I will say some people are trying to make the argument that because Drive My Car got nominated in director and picture, some like attention will be drawn away from this international, and Worst Person in the World will sneak up and take it. That is, yeah, that's not a thing. Like
Those are people.
attention doesn't get drawn away from it because of these
Yeah,
picture and director
no,
noms. It
that's
gets added to it.
those are people wish dictating because they love the worst person in the world. Oh, Thomas, look how
Yeah.
many people love the worst person in the world and would maybe vote for an original screenplay, and maybe more people
Uh,
would vote for it than King Richard. Moving on.
yeah.
Best
Neither of them are winning. Neither. We've established this. It's a 2-3 horse race.
a 2.5 horse race.
Yeah, that's what we're going with.
All right, best documentary feature. It's Summer of Soul for now.
Yeah, I have Summer of Soul number one.
We'll see what happens with PGA Doc, which will be interesting. IDA awards happened today, the day that we're recording it. Flea won. That's a pretty big predictor of the Oscars. One of the biggest for documentary. Went the way of Flea. I'll be very curious to see what happens at the Indie Spirits. Historically, PGA Doc has usually went for the on the ground, like camera amongst like the people stuff, and like Summer of Soul is more of a talking heads documentary. So I don't know. Similarly, DGA. So like it would kind of make sense for them to go The Rescue. The
Yeah,
Rescue was not nominated for an Oscar.
no,
So Flea doesn't make any more sense than Summer of Soul does, and I think they're obviously the top two. I have Ascension 3, Attica 4, Riding with Fire 5.
that's my order as well. Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I think it's just Summer of Soul right now. If Flea can win PGA or DGA, even Critics' Choice, like if I don't know, like we have like four documentary not like predictors left
yeah,
between PGA, DGA, um, uh, Critics' Choice, and BAFTA. So as of now, though, it's Summer of Soul.
yeah. I don't. Yeah, like the arguments you could make for Flea are probably stronger than the arguments you could make for Summer of Soul. It's
Yeah,
just Summer of Soul has more momentum at this moment. I don't exactly know why. It's just that's the thing that's happened, and
yeah.
therefore Summer of Soul is the favorite in this category.
I mean, we haven't even we haven't even had a televised or ceremony yet. Like one of the big ceremonies where Summer
No.
of Souls won, like SAG and Golden Globes, and there's no like televised ceremony for that, but it, for documentaries. But it's just Summer of Soul has the momentum right now. I mean, it won Gotham, so but it'll be interesting. Like Indie Spirits is kind of important here
Yeah.
between Summer of Soul and Flea. So we'll see how the race goes over the next month or so, and then we'll have our final
Yeah.
predictions night before.
Night before.
It was the
Yes.
night before the Oscars. Cinematography. I still have Dune winning currently.
Yeah. I think this is, as we mentioned previously with score, I think this is one of the less close ones, I want to say. Like, there is
Yeah,
certainly sound. We'll get to sound, but that's
yeah,
not close at all.
yeah,
This one, I think, is June is fairly solid in this category. Like, it would take a lot for Power of the Dog to upset here.
yeah. I mean, especially now Craig Fraser shot Dune. He just shot the Batman. Everybody's going to be obsessing over the Batman cinematography, and rightfully
Yeah.
so, because
Yeah.
my God. And he has another major credit. Not to get early predictions in yet, but the Batman I may or may not be having on my early predictions for cinematography. So
Okay. That is
I
that is bold.
I I think the Batman's going to pick up quite a few noms.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see.
I think that you like the movie more than me, but like I see
I
this.
probably did like the movie more than you. Yeah.
I think that this is an Academy movie.
I think this is, yes, it is more of an Academy movie than Spider-Man No Way Home. for sure. Like, yeah, it is more of an Academy movie. Whether it's whether it's Black Panther, that's a different story.
Well, yeah, we'll talk more about it in our Batman review.
Yeah,
Because yeah, there's we'll more on that later. But
yeah.
I have
Stay
Dune.
tuned, folks. Subscribe even.
Yeah. Do the things. I know people have said maybe a career award for Bruno Del Bonell with Tragedy of Macbeth, but
Uh,
that'd be weird. The argument for Power of the Dog is that Ari Wegner would be the first female cinematographer ever,
hmm?
which would be really cool. I preferred Power of the Dog cinematography to Dune's.
I
I
would
would
disagree with that probably.
rather like I think how I would personally rank these is probably Macbeth, Power of the Dog, Dune, West Side Story, Nightmare Alley.
As I've not seen Nightmare Alley yet, so I can't comment on that. I need to. It's soon. I'll watch it soon.
Um,
Number one, I'd put June. Then probably West Side Story. Then didn't like the film, but I'd probably put Macbeth over Power of a Dog. So actually,
Interesting.
Power of a Dog would be last for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. I would. Yeah, I know. I would love to see Power of the Dog win here, but like Netflix just really isn't pushing that narrative. I brought it up before that they need to push that narrative of Ari Wegner being the first female cinematographer to win, and they haven't been. So
No, there
it's
you go. But
rough.
I mean, you don't always need campaigning, as shown by Coda. You don't need campaigning to
For
do well.
procurement.
Yeah.
Who literally on the awards path for 3 billboards, he said, "Don't give me an Oscar, give it to somebody else." I'm paraphrasing, but she said that I think at Critics' Choice after she won.
Yeah.
And then they still gave her the Oscar, and then she said
Yeah. They
similar things.
went, don't tell us what to do. We'll give you an award if we want to.
And then she did the same thing for Nomadland. She was like, "Give it this. I've
Yeah.
already won 2 now, and I only wanted to win
Yeah.
1." And they
Maybe
said
that's a
no.
tactic. Yeah. The Oscars don't like being told what to do. So if they tell you not to win an award, they'll give it to you because else they'll be giving in to you.
Academy, please don't give worst person in the world the win for original screenplay. Just don't do it. I'll never
Yeah.
watch the Oscars again. I know how much you care about getting viewers instead of just awarding stuff. Um,
Bitter.
yeah, just maybe a little bit. All right, best editing.
Yep.
Power of the Dog.
This is where I
Yeah,
gave the upset.
we agree.
Power of the dog. Power of the
I
dog.
talked. I've been talking for a while that Power of the Dog is going to win one of these 3 categories. You've boarded the train.
I have wanted to show. Yes.
Um, and it's leaving the station. Power of the Dog. Like editing is the most important thing for Best Picture. I'm still
Mm.
predicting Power of the Dog for Picture. There's not a lot that can change me predicting Power of the Dog for Picture up until the
No.
Oscars.
No.
Once again, if Dakota wins PGA, I'll still predict Power of the Dog for Picture. So I'm still going to be predicting this for editing. As
Yeah.
we are recording this, the ACE awards are going to happen in like 3 hours. So if Power of the Dog loses there, then this might be outdated. But I
Yeah.
even if Dune wins,
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned before. No one really cares about June's editing. Like people always go on about score, sound,
yeah,
cinematography, production design. Even those are brilliant for June. No one really says, "Oh yeah, the editing's good." Like it's sort of just come
yeah,
along with the package. Um, I don't know if it's completely deserving of like it's sort of just all the tech categories. So yeah, editing comes under that banner. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it goes to something like Power of the Dog.
yeah. I just it makes the most sense. And again, even if Dune does win the ACE, I'll
Yeah,
still probably feel good about Power of the Dog.
yeah,
I don't know. I think
yeah.
this could be the upset, a really big upset. I have Don't Look Up, King Richard, and Tick Tick Boom filling out 3 through 5.
Okay. See, I put King Richard quite far ahead of Don't Look Up. Like Don't Look Up is not going to win this award. Like its editing is. I didn't mind the editing. I thought it was
I
punchy. It
didn't
had an
either.
effect. Exactly.
I
It was purposeful. It wasn't bad editing. It was purposeful
right,
editing. But equally, a lot of people saw that as bad editing. Also, Tick Tick Boom's just not going to win because it didn't get a picture.
right.
Sadly, rest in
Sadly,
peace, Tick Tick Boom.
I know. I love the nom. I love that it got this nom though.
Yeah,
It's really
exactly.
great that it got this nomination. But yeah,
Yeah.
I just put it higher. I just put Don't Look Up at number 3 because obviously they liked it. They liked it
Yes,
enough
they
to
did like it
nominate.
enough. Yeah.
So
Which
if
is
they
another
liked it enough,
argument which I know we're way past us now. Another argument that could be made for student actress. They liked it enough to nominate it. Why wouldn't they like it enough to win?
um, okay. Uh, but to be fair, I have Don't Look Up at number 3.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I didn't
Okay, yeah.
look up is
Sort of
going to
backed
win.
myself into a corner with that logic there. Right. Move on. Move on. Move on.
So I okay. Uh,
Walked into a trap.
uh, but yeah, I'm going with Power of the Dog for the upset right now. Very curious about ACE. We'll be talking about those on Oscar Buzz.
Yep. Indeed.
Production design. This is one of the categories we talked about. Dune is winning.
Yeah.
Deservedly
Yeah.
so.
Probably.
I'm filling out 2 through 5 with Nightmare Alley, West Side Story, Macbeth, and Power of the Dog.
Okay, so we've got two pairs. We just switched them. So I put West Side Story Alley and then Power of the Dog Macbeth.
Okay. Yeah, but I don't really think it matters that much. Dune's just winning this.
No, exactly. I mean, what does this category matter anyway? The Oscars clearly don't think it matters.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, we have to get one dig in each show.
Who's better now? I don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. No, it's Dune.
Yeah.
I don't have that much stuff to say about it. Like this is, I have Nightmare Alley and like, in West
I
Side
mean,
Story as like a maybe.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because
Exactly.
I don't think that this is Dune's strongest category, but still not weak enough for it to lose. So
No.
again, ADG also today, so we'll see if maybe something upsets.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
for now, it would be quite shocking.
Like, if the Bows wasn't winning in West Side Story, like that's the only argument I could see being made that they want to maybe share the love and give something to West Side Story. But they've already got the Bows, so
Yeah,
it doesn't matter at this point. Like back when we
agreed.
didn't know DeBose was as strong a contender as she was, we were predicting a potential upset from West Side Story. That
Yeah.
ain't happening now.
Nope, 100%. Costumes. I don't know. I'm sticking with Cruella.
Yeah,
Like,
same.
this is
Bitterly,
another one
bitterly.
where we haven't had a televised ceremony yet. Critics' Choice and BAFTA will be interesting. Costume Designers Guild is soon. It's sometime next week before Critics' Choice and BAFTA. So by the time we do our final predictions, we'll have 3 precursors to work off of. But as of now, I have Cruella, then Dune, West Side Story, Nightmare Alley, Cyrano. I think Nightmare Alley and Cyrano are very clearly the bottom 2 here.
Yeah.
And then Dune and West Side Story could both easily upset, I think.
Yeah, we have the same order, by the way. Yeah, same order.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think Dune and West Side Story could both easily upset. Dune, I mean, we agree, is a bit stronger. So we just have to see how the precursors fall with this one. As of now, it's really hard to say. So,
yeah.
Going Cruella. Makeup and
Yeah.
hair.
I mean, it's a film about costumes
okay.
at the end
Yeah.
of the day. Cruella is a film about costumes, so, you know.
Yeah. Makeup and hair. I've done it. I went for it. Coming to America.
Okay, yeah. See, I thought about going for it. I did have it at number
Yeah.
1, and then what I do before I do these, like, I do this, I check Gold Derby to see that I'm not completely out of line, to make sure I'm not completely going out of whack. And it is so far, like, behind the Ice of Tammy Faye that I did just think, I feel I'm going to out of whack if I go for this. So I have put the Eyes of Tammy Faye at number 1.
I really
And
debated
then
it.
Yeah, because I mean, I checked also report 3,000 the Eyes of Tammy Faye has as top choice, whereas Coming to America has some like 100, I think. So
Yeah.
there's a big disparity. But
There
yeah, so I
is.
put Eyes of Tammy Faye number 1. I still have Coming to America number 2 because of that Makeup Design Guild or whatever it was that just gave all the awards to Coming to America.
They're very
Number 3, I
accurate.
put Cruella. Yeah. Number 3, I put Cruella. Number 4, June. And then number 5, pretty obviously at this point, House of Gucci.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is Gucci's only nom.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't nominate Leto. Yeah,
If
I saw
Leto
it
was in, I'd maybe still be going for House Gucci, but since Leto isn't in, they didn't
honestly,
like the
yeah.
performance. Yeah,
No, I have Coming to America, Tammy Faye, Cruella, Dune, Gucci.
okay.
So it's, I mean, Cruella also got one. Like, I like to try to follow trends. I mean,
Yeah,
I like diving into the stats and the Makeup and Hair Artist Society has, or Makeup and Hair Society, whatever it's called, the Makeup and Hair Guild. They've been 100% with one of their winners has won the Oscar every year, and they gave it to Coming to America and Cruella. I think that Tammy Faye, you can make the strongest arguments for, especially if
yeah,
Chastain is going to win an Oscar. Pairing that with a Makeup and Hair win would be exactly like Renee Zellweger for Judy. That was that film's only 2 nominations,
yeah,
and it won both of them.
yeah.
So I think it
So
makes I think
yeah,
it just makes the most sense.
I did genuinely
But
think about coming to America #1. Like, I don't think it would be a massive upset. I just, it felt wrong. It felt too wrong at this point to go for a film like Coming to America over a film that it is it's still very strong in this category. And I
yeah,
know I'm using skewed logic here, but because like to say that The Eyes of Tammy Faye will win an award when I said previously, no one cared about the film. People care even less about Coming to America. It came out in
yeah.
March. I'm fairly sure
But what about
last year's
Cruella,
Oscars.
Thomas?
Yeah,
Cruella
well,
to take 2 Oscars?
yeah,
Because that's a
yeah.
real possibility.
It is a real possibility. I mean, I'd hate to see that even more, even though I'd probably preferred Corella to Coming to America. I'd hate to see Corella win 2 awards, which it does not deserve. Yeah, I'm fairly sure Coming to America came up before last year's Oscars. Like, so that's how long ago
Yes.
it came out at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. This is yeah. This is a weird category. I really don't know what's going to happen in it. I'm very, very curious to see what Critics' Choice and BAFTA will do.
Exactly, exactly. I think this is another one. Just maybe wait a bit. Night before Oscars, I'm sure we'll have a clearer idea of who is going to win. I just
Maybe.
don't want to jump on that Coming to America train
What if
too
they give
early
both?
and then have to
What if
back out.
what if Critics' Choice and BAFTA just do Gucci?
Well, then I don't know what would happen.
Like, I don't know. It I'm taking a risk. I'm going to go with Coming to America. If I get it right, I look like a genius, and if not, I look like an idiot. So we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
we'll see. Sound. This one's easy. Dune.
yep. Dude,
Our other
there we
predictions
go.
are on the screen. Visual effects. This one's easy. Dune.
Yes, that is correct as well.
I for both of these, I don't think we need to say our like.
No,
It's just
no,
Dune.
we don't need reasoning. June is going to win visual effects because it's the best visual effects of the year. Like,
Yeah.
especially since they introduced the fan favorite award, as much as I don't like the fan favorite award.
Yeah.
Like you can't even make the argument. Oh well, they might want to give something to No Way Home. No, they're giving something to No Way Home. They're not going to give an
Yeah.
actual award to No Way Home at this point. So that argument has been taken completely out of the picture. Shang-Chi isn't going to win because that's the
Yeah.
second strongest Marvel film in this category. Free Guy isn't going to win because we didn't even really know it was going to get nominated. And No Time to Die isn't going to win because, like, if they really want to give it an award, they've already got some. Like, this is
Yeah.
not a category anyone else is going to win.
Yeah. Yeah. Visual effects and sound are locks.
Yeah.
Um. And those are our Oscars predictions. We were mostly the same.
Yeah.
Had a
Yeah.
couple of key differences, but this is gonna be fun. So we have some guilds coming up, and then we will give our final predictions the night before, probably, or day before.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Coming up.
March,
It's close.
yeah,
It's weird. We
yeah,
started this way back in like October or September, whatever. And
yeah,
now we're finally in the home stretch, it feels like. In the
yeah.
home stretch.
We are 3 weeks away from the Oscars this weekend, so
Yeah, wow.
very, very
It's,
excited. But
yeah.
until then, until we see all of you again, Thomas, where can the people on the internet find you?
You can find me at Payments Pictures and on Letterbox at T Gladstone. No, Thomas Gladstone. Just search up Thomas Gladstone or Famous Pictures. You'll find me there.
You can find me at The Basement on YouTube, Twitter at TM Talks Movies, Letterboxd at Trevor Matson, and on the Banana Meter. Until next time, stay safe, everybody. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and goodbye.